Welcome. We are recording live here at Litcon, Dallas. I am Brittany Bossop, your host, and right here I have amazing, phenomenal guest, Miss Margaret.
Hi.
And she is the owner of Artistic Expressions.
Artistic escape.
Escape.
Yes.
Artistic
Yes.
Escape.
Yes.
Make sure you see now, y'all gonna make sure y'all get it right. Artistic Escape.
Escape. Yes.
Wow. I wonder what it was going to escape to. So tell us about you and everything.
I'm a self-taught artist. I am originally from Bronx, New York, and that's where I got a lot of my art influence from.
Okay.
I put it away for a long time because I didn't understand how art could make me money. I didn't think it was a feasible dream to have. And I in turn went into childcare because I love a baby. But after the loss of my mother and having my son who has autism, I turned back to art because art was my only outlet. It was my escape from everything I had been going through and everything I had experienced. And it was the only light in the tunnel of confusion that was my life at the
Hmm.
moment.
I'm glad you shared that because, when you have your childhood experience and you go through things in life and you're looking for that outlet, like how do I express it? Because as we know, growing up, a lot of us were told, unfortunately, in the African American community, what goes on this house stays.
Yes.
And so you found yourself not knowing who to talk to.
You can't talk to anybody because that might mean trouble at home.
Right.
And the fear of angering home more than any relief you could get from telling a teacher.
Oh yes.
No, it doesn't even equate. It doesn't equate.
Not at all. And you kind of remind me of my own personal journey. I found myself writing poetry. That was my thing, getting to write poetry. And so for you, it was being able to do art. Yes. And so being in mental health, a lot of times you can express yourself with art and so many things. And it's been a nice journey helping people navigate and connect. So sometimes people show up and they don't want to talk. So if you give them paper and something to draw with, they will tell you everything you need to know.
Exactly. Especially for children. Art is one of the fastest ways they can learn everything from social cues to exploring the shapes, and art is really our first tool that we should use.
That's right.
When teaching the next generation.
That's correct.
They don't understand all the big words. They don't get all the feelings. They don't get all the social constructs. But they understand is this made me sad, so I want to paint red.
Yeah,
that's it.
Right. And that's so good you just said that because a lot of times people, like even in schools now, they're taking art out of the schools. And I'm
so
like,
sad.
That used to be a requirement.
I'm so sad about that. That was my favorite classroom. I remember all my art teachers. They were the only ones that ever listened. They were the only ones that took the time to get to know why I was so angry. I had one teacher who she was like this beautiful Afrocentric, just queen. And she taught me how to use my body to release stress. She taught me yoga. She taught me deep breathing. She taught me how tension builds in my body and how it creates knots.
My goodness.
I was 16.
Wow.
But I was going through a lot. I was homeless. Things weren't good at home. And she was the only one that noticed I wasn't just an angry kid. She would come get me and we just talk.
Yeah. And we have to, maybe we can make a difference in schools if we really cared about each individual.
Yeah, because sometimes the only time we get seen is in school. And if our educators aren't looking, there's so many children that can slip through the cracks.
That's so true. That reminds me when I taught math. That was my background. But it was always.
So you're a genius. Right. Okay.
But it was like you have so much on top of you because you have to teach the speech and all these things. And so one thing me and my students would do is, okay, you have 5 minutes. That sounds a lot like, okay, 5 minutes, I can ask me anything you want to ask.
Yes.
But I realized at the end of the year when they write their letters and they're like, thank you, Miss, for caring and all these things. It just
Yeah.
really makes a difference to make them
It
feel heard
does.
and
It
valued.
does. Because I don't know why there's this weird misconception that as children, we don't deserve to have our feelings respected.
Right.
I genuinely don't understand that. It like perplexes me. And I just never want to repeat that.
Right.
Like whether it's with my son or autism
Yes.
or the children that I teach, because I do my little traveling art teacher thing.
Okay.
So I never want them to feel like I'm not seeing them.
That's right.
Because sometimes that's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to be seen. It just, that one thing, that's it.
But you make a valid point because in therapy, a lot of times, if you grew up and you weren't seen, we don't even realize that we're taking our childhood into our adulthood.
Yes.
Then you start realizing or thinking that, oh, my feelings are not valid and it's okay to not be heard.
Yeah.
But really, that's not okay. You get in this relationship and you're trying to have a voice, but you never had a voice. And for people who are like, well, why didn't you just speak up? And you're like, well, it's easy for you to say if you were allowed to speak up or challenge. Because there's a way to challenge authority, but also be
respectful. Yes.
That's what people are.
Yes, that's very true. A lot of people skip over the part where I'm just expressing how I feel.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not saying it so eloquently, I'm a kid.
Right.
Like, if anyone is going to say weird stuff, it should be a kid. Like, and they should be safe to do that, And I think it's just up to us to set the tone and to stop all the curses.
That's right.
We had to deal with it.
Breaking that cycle.
That cycle. Yes. So y'all
who are listening, y'all missed it. Like we got it here, we spoke, we told how stuff. I spoke on breaking the cycle. And Miss Margaret got a chance to share about her journey in her business. And so share with us what you do.
Well, I'm an artist.
Oh,
whenever anyone asks me what kind of art I do, I struggle with that because one of my superpowers that I learned was mimicry. I can look at something one time and I can make it happen. So it's difficult for me to be like, oh, I'm a surrealist artist or I'm this type of artist or this type of, I don't know. I just do whatever makes me happy.
Oh my God.
So I do paintings. This is a 3D resin painting that I did.
I love it.
As I said, my son has autism. So whenever I'm creating art, I think about texture.
Yes.
And for me too, I think I'm undiagnosed. I am a big texture person. I'm a very anxious person. You can touch it. I need to feel. I want to be taken away for a second. And that's why I love it. Yes. You just close your eyes and rub it. And then I have these fidget marks. It's what I came up with.
Okay.
I'm an anxious girl, like I said. And when I am reading something that is suspenseful, something that's steamy, anything of the sort, I will get anxious. It don't matter how good the book is. Okay. So I came up with fidget marks, bookmarks that you can fidget with.
I love it.
I have charms. And each charm you can take off to put in a bracelet or a necklace. This one says books. I don't know if you can see that. It says books. Yeah, and this has famous Black authors on it since it's Litcon, a night and day type of scene, one night with wine, in the morning with tea. We don't judge. Yeah. We don't judge.
I love it. Well, tell us how can they stay connected with you and come buy some art and some books, some business?
Well, I am Artistic Escapes on all socials. Escapes. Artistic without the A. So artistic. On all my socials. It's a little crazy over there. So when you go over there, don't expect normalcy. Don't do that. It's not gonna happen. So I have Artistic Escape Shop on Etsy. I'm currently working on my website. It's really hard.
Okay.
I am an auntie. Technology evades me. I'm getting there, but
Okay.
as of right now, you can buy my work on Etsy.
I love it, love
Yeah.
it, love it, love it. Okay, so what is the actual website?
It is etsy.com/artistic escapes shop.
Love it, love it. Well, as we close, what are your final words of encouragement and empowerment you would love to leave, or maybe a favorite quote or scripture?
Oh, I have a favorite quote.
Okay.
But one thing I want to say is, I know that it could get really loud, especially if you come from a background where you don't feel like you've received love, but never let anybody take your light away from you. I've been through some things that a lot of people couldn't even fathom. And one thing that I held on to, no matter what people put me through, no matter who was hurting me, was my light. I never wanted to relinquish it to anybody. I wanted to hold it safe until I found my person.
Yeah.
And it is possible. Don't lose it
Yeah.
for nothing or nobody, because that's the spark in your soul. And you should never give anybody that much power to take that.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Thank you. That's
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you.
We're gonna definitely have you back on again.
Yeah,
We
I'm
have to
coming
talk
with
about
y'all.
art, mental health,
Yes.
care retreats, all of that.
Yes.
So, yes, you are phenomenal. Again, thank you for being an amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. You were amazing.
Thank you.
You really were.
Yeah, y'all missed out.
Y'all missed out. Okay, she had the girls active. Okay, we was breaking the cycle. Okay.